All right, Anthony on Air podcast back for another episode. Thank you so much for joining us. We are talking about Prince Andrew being served on this episode, plus Charlie Sheen's daughter in an abusive household. Hunter Biden is being investigated. We got a Melania Trump book coming. CHRISTIE is considering a presidential run. Bill and Melinda Gates have a pandemic pill in development. The vaccine mandate, we'll discuss that, of course. And we have a J-Sabs Cousin update. J-Sabs will be joining us on the program shortly. Excited to chat with her. But first, we're talking about Prince Andrew here on the program. And this is pretty much breaking news. In the last few moments here, we got the news that Prince Andrew has indeed been served already. This is the Virginia Giuffre case. This is pretty much huge news. It doesn't mean that he's not trying to, him and his lawyers are not trying to create a logjam. They are. They're trying to back up the procedures as much as they possibly can. But according to sources, according to her lawyers, Prince Andrew, who is basically hiding right now in Scotland, trying to dodge being served, has in fact already been served. This is according to lawyers. In fact, court records filed just today indicate that a process server left a complaint for the Duke of York, a longtime pal of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, obviously, in August at the Royal Lodge, Windsor, the mansion that he shares with his ex-wife, Fergie. Still can't believe she lives there with him. It seems a little weird to me since they've not been together for quite some time. And that she's on that royal family tit. She's keeping that money flowing. I mean, I get that part of it, but to live in the same house, that seems a little crazy to me. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that Virginia Giuffre, she filed a lawsuit against Andrew here in New York. She obviously alleged the 61-year-old royal assaulted her when she was just 17 at Epstein's mansion, among other locations, and that Epstein and his alleged accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, intimidated her into remaining silent. Giuffre's lawyers expect a showdown with the prince's counsel, who will likely argue that he hasn't been properly served. An initial conference in Giuffre's case scheduled for Monday, this Monday, as the conference, is scheduled for this Monday. However, no representative, no counsel from Prince Andrew has entered an appearance. Sigrid McCauley, the attorney for Giuffre, told the Daily Beast just hours ago that it's her firm's position that Andrew has been properly served and must face Giuffre's claims. She said in a statement, the importance of the suit against Prince Andrew is it establishes that in the United States, no one is above the law, and power and privilege cannot be used to escape liability. Prince Andrew and his attorneys are fully aware of Virginia Giuffre's claim against him, and the case should proceed on its merits. A source connected with Andrew told the Daily Beast that the embattled prince was not served in person, which the source believes is a requirement under the Hague Convention. In a letter filed with the court on Friday, David Boies, another lawyer for Giuffre, had a different interpretation of the international agreement. He was basically saying not only was Andrew served via the methods that comply with the Hague Convention, but also in accordance with British law. Giuffre is also in the process of serving Prince Andrew through the United Kingdom's Central Authority, the Foreign Process Section of the Royal Courts of Justice. The Foreign Process Section confirmed the receipt of Giuffre's request for service abroad on August 20th and indicated that it was in the process of arranging the service. Crazy stuff here, that a prince is going to be served in a case here in the United States. Some unprecedented stuff. We'll finish the story after we tell you about our good pals over at JUMPSTART Coffee Company. My life has improved greatly since I started drinking JUMPSTART Coffee Company. And of course, you could save 15% off now if you order with the link in the description below or the banner on the homepage of anthonyonair.com. Use that promo code AOA15 and you can save 15% on this delicious and amazing coffee. I scoured the internet I searched high and low everywhere for some fantastic coffee. And I finally found it with Jumpstart Coffee. And you know what? It's not just great coffee, it's great coffee and great cause. That's what they say, because half of what they bring in, half of their profits go to support military veterans. They donate that over to the Navy SEAL Foundation. So not only are you helping support the podcast, not only are you helping support a great company making some incredible coffee, but you're supporting those that basically fight for our freedoms, the Navy SEALs, just by buying some wonderful coffee here from Jumpstart Coffee Company. Again, use the link in the description below to save 15% off. The medium roast, the dark roast I've had, outstanding. I'm about to try the espresso blend. Put my order in. Can't wait to get it. And we'll be on our way. Jumpstart Coffee Company. Support the podcast. Grab some delicious coffee grounds right now from them. Link in the description below. And, of course, AnthonyOnAir.com homepage banner. J-Sabs is with us. What up, kid?
Hi. I almost came down with my coffee bags. That's another good thing to call boobies. And I was going to put it in front of my coffee bags.
Oh,
next time I'll do that. But
and I could have said nice coffee bags. That would have been the whole thing.
Exactly.
So you got your Jumpstart coffee?
Yes. Oh my God. No joke. When I smelled it, I got like a little boner.
Got a female coffee boner?
I mean, like, there's nothing that compares to the smell of coffee. Sorry.
Let me ask you a question. Somebody asked me this question literally before the podcast. I had football practice with the kid.
Okay.
And one of the other parents asked me this question, and I'm struggling with it. Do you remember the first time you had coffee?
Yes, actually, I do.
I can't remember.
It was my father's mother. I kept begging her to let me try it, and she let me try it. And I was probably like 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah, but you know what's funny? One of my daughters loves coffee. She will go and take my iced coffee, my iced espresso, and just drink it. And here's the thing. I think, and I don't think I'm crazy, but I think that she loves it so much because I always drank it while pregnant. And it seemed like
You drank coffee while you were pregnant?
Yes, you're allowed to.
Oh, right. One cup a day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had like your thing is like 4 shots of espresso over ice. Were you doing that or regular coffee?
I would do half and half. I would do 2 shots of espresso and 1 cup of coffee. I mean, and like a half a cup of coffee. Because honestly, I tried to just like do away with espresso just like that. And the headaches that I got, that my doctor was like, you don't even don't even do that to yourself, because nothing really is going to help your headaches, because like Tylenol doesn't help your headaches at all. Like for me, it doesn't help my headache at all.
Yeah, but doesn't that go away after a couple of days? Two days.
No.
And then I lose that headache.
Nope.
Thing. Yeah? No?
I couldn't. So
I fucking love coffee though. I just love it.
I don't know how Frank like doesn't like it.
No, he likes coffee.
But he likes like the girly bitch coffees.
Right. He's got to fill it with all sorts of sugar and stuff.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I like sugar in my coffee too, but like, do I even need sugar in my coffee? You know me.
You're sweet enough there, J-Sabs. Is that what you're saying?
I meant I'm crazy.
No, but I just love, especially 2:00 in the afternoon. Oh, you just make yourself that little cup.
That little cup of 5 shots of espresso. You know what? I used to do 5 shots.
You're insane. You might as well just do Coke. You should have just done Coke. What's the point? It would probably have been cheaper.
And then I switched to 4, and then pregnant, I would do 2 and 2. Sometimes I would just do 3 straight. Like it depended. Like I am like one of those people, if I don't have coffee, I'll get an instant headache. So I don't know
what I figured out about when do you drink your coffee? Are you a morning coffee or afternoon coffee guy?
Morning, but not as soon as I wake up. Like it has to be like a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? I don't drink coffee in the morning for that, and especially first thing. I could do it a little bit afterwards. like on a Saturday, I'll have it like with breakfast at like 10 if we're having like a late breakfast. You can't that when people that like need that cup when they first wake up, I feel like you can't enjoy it.
Because you're just so busy like trying to drink it fast.
Yeah, and they're like just
Yeah.
they need the energy. Like that's not what it's about. It's about that like stopping and enjoying and the flavor. And I love all that shit.
Actually, you want
I
to hear
love
something funny? Every time I was in labor, I had Starbucks with me. I'm not kidding you. And it was espresso.
Let me tell you something. The people that criticize you for not getting the vaccine are going to have a field day with
Oh,
it.
they're going to go nuts.
I
They're
would
going to
ignore
go.
the comments on this episode if I were you. Just skip them. Skip them this time around. All right, so grab your jump. I can't remember the first time I had. Now what you said. I remember beer. I was bothering my father, and I was like, "Give me a little beer," and he gave me a little beer when I was 9, and that worked because that bitterness I couldn't
You're
handle
like, ew, what's
when I
this?
was 9. Yeah, and then the same thing when I was 11. I remember asking my oldest cousin. I'm like, let me do a line of that Coke. And he let me
Yeah.
do a line of the Coke. And again, it was the same thing. I was like, I don't know if this is for me.
Give me the shrooms.
The what?
The shrooms.
The shrooms. Yeah.
Or
childhood.
give me the Naki.
I still don't think I was saying yucky incorrectly.
We have
Wrongly
to
accused.
go in the group chat and ask others how they say it. Okay?
I don't think I was saying it that weird.
Oh, you were. It was
I
like you
don't
were
think
having
so.
an orgasm while you were saying that word.
I don't think so. All right. Anyway, to wrap up our opening topic here, Prince Andrew technically served is going to be served a second way. We'll see what happens on Monday. Obviously, none of his lawyers are going to attend the conference, and we'll see what the repercussions are from there. So we'll keep everybody up to date on that one. Did you see this TikTok from Charlie Sheen's daughter?
No.
Crazy viral. Insanely viral. She's basically saying that she put the video out, went crazy off the charts, and then she made it private. And the video was basically her saying, "1 year ago today, I was trapped in an abusive household, hated myself, would go days without eating or sleeping, insanely depressed, hated school, etc." Now, aside from hating school, it sounds like this could have came from a girl who was in an abusive house or a parent of a 5-year-old, to be honest with you. It's the same exact feeling. You hate yourself, you're not eating or sleeping,
Right.
and you're insanely depressed. I feel like it's both the same things.
How old is she?
17, and she didn't say
Don't tell me those twins are 17 years old.
who she's got twins. She's a twins?
Didn't he have twins with Denise Richards? Or was that boys? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Charlie Sheen, what happened to him?
But they didn't know if it was Charlie or Denise, and as it turns out, it was Denise's house. That
Oh, really?
A source told Page 6 that she was living at Denise's house. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's another one, so.
I feel like, was Denise Richards a bad person? They say she's crazy, right?
Yeah, they say she's nuts too. I mean,
I tell you, when she made out with that other girl in the pool, that was all right. Well, I forget what that movie. Who was the other girl? I can't even remember. Oh, the one.
Neve Campbell.
Yeah. Those were good times.
Those were. Now you're aging us.
I know. No shit. And the downside was we had to deal with that. Who is what's her name's husband? Reese Witherspoon's first husband there.
Ryan Felipe.
Yeah, I couldn't stand his fucking head. He was annoying as
hell.
hell.
Oh, I definitely would have. Never mind.
You liked him? I think his face is he looked like such a dickhead.
You know what's funny? Their kids look exactly like each other. Like the daughter looks like Reese and the son looks like him. Like
oh, really?
Yeah.
How many kids? They each have 2 kids?
That's it.
Yeah.
But they're not married anymore, but I don't know. Something was up with him too.
I still think Denise Richards is hot as hell. I don't know.
What does she look like now?
Here's a couple of these are a couple of years ago. These pictures are a little bit dated there. That's like 2016, I think it says.
Wow.
And that's a little bit later on.
Damn.
A good looking family.
Do you know that my husband, for Halloween, he dressed up as Charlie Sheen, and I dressed up as one of his hoes for Halloween once. Definitely comment on this.
I could believe
Definitely.
that.
Yep.
That was it.
That was it.
Okay. Was this around the winning Tiger Blood time?
Yes, it was around winning.
I tell you, we've had very
Winning.
few crazes where something just shot through the roof to the moon and then immediately cooled down like 4 weeks later and nobody gave a shit anymore. Do you remember that?
Right, that's what I mean. Like, where is he nowadays? We don't know.
I don't know, but I remember like he did one of the first big like viral like live streams where like millions of people tuned in.
Yes.
And then he announced a tour like a week later, and like fucking half the place walked out in the first 5 minutes
Oh
of
my
Radio
God.
City.
Winning.
Yeah, remember that? He was
Oh
not winning so
fuck.
much.
God.
This wasn't in the rundown of the show here, but Kate Beckinsale was reportedly rushed to the hospital today.
For what?
48 years old. She was in Vegas filming a new movie, Prisoner's Daughter. She was complaining about her back. As they rushed her also. I think it's lack of Pete Davidson dick, but I'm no doctor. I can't, don't sue me.
Like, how did he get a girl like that? Like,
She's beautiful.
no, she is.
Beautiful.
I will admit that.
But ugly guys get beautiful women all the time. I think it's because there's far too many beautiful women, and
Yeah.
most guys are ugly.
Or he got that 10 out of 10 dick.
I think he's got a huge. Yeah, I think it makes a.
He's gotta have a hog.
I think he has reinforced underwear just to kind of keep it all from
Right.
ripping apart.
I don't know.
Because it can't be his looks
No.
or his personality. I mean, he's funny, but let's be honest, he's
He's depressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, how does he even know Kate Beck? Like, how do you even get in touch with her? Even if I don't care if he's an SNL guy. Like,
They should be running in the same circles.
no, they don't.
Yeah, they really shouldn't. But it's that thing. There are some people that they just want to fix other people. Like they want to.
Yeah, it's true.
They want to just fix them.
Right.
I think that's what that is. So hopefully Kate Beckinsale turns out to be okay. House Republicans in the Oversight and Reform Committee are investigating possible undue White House influence around the upcoming sale of Hunter Biden's artwork. This is according to a letter from the committee's top Republican. The letter, written by James Comer of Kentucky, asks Georges Burgess, the galleryist brokering. Galleryist?
I don't know. You said like way too many big words at one point. Now I stopped listening. But okay.
The dude
I'll pretend
who
to
owns
look
the gallery. Yeah.
Go ahead.
The guy who owns the gallery. To provide the committee with documents and communications between him, the White House, and Biden by September 21st. It also asks him to produce documents showing who attended Biden's art shows, who purchased his artwork, and how much they paid.
Okay.
I'm on the record as saying you gotta know this information, because there's somebody could be fucking funneling money through the it's the biggest friggin'
money laundering.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
You know what's fun? I still want to launder money one day. I do.
Let me say something. I think, and I don't want to go out of line here, I think you'd be really good at it.
Thank you.
I don't know what it is.
That's like a really nice compliment. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what it is exactly about you, but I feel like you'd be really, really good at it.
Right. Because, for many years, people have been like, wait, what do you do again? Wait, what do you do again?
Yeah. How do we know you're not already laundering money? I mean, this is what a money laundering queen pin would be saying right now.
This is true. I mean, who else had their Christmas party in Monaco?
That's true. You've gone on a lot of trips for the type of jobs that you and your husband held down.
Awkward. Okay.
Also, your car is way too nice for the rest
I wouldn't say
that.
I wouldn't say that.
And you do have a lot of coke at your parties. So it's all really
you could say that.
Starting to kind of, actually, now that I think about it.
Also a lot of mac and cheese bites.
Yeah, you always have a full tray of
Right.
Lincoln log size mac and cheese bites,
Right.
which are just delightful.
Hmm.
When's the next time you're having a party?
The more you know.
Um, there's gonna be a Melania Trump book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't they always write books? So.
Well, this is from Stephanie Grisham, who wrote a top secret memoir of her 4 years in the White House.
Oh, top secret.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna make Frank comments for the rest of the night. So
Are you gonna be on Frank's side?
I'm just gonna make comments in his voice.
Frank, by the way, is either I think the Metallica record came out today, and that's why he's not here, or he's going door to door vaccinating people. I don't know which one it is.
And
But
he's definitely vaccinating people.
yeah, yeah.
But that damn Melania, she's a slut.
Or he's taking his wife to Violence Anonymous after the dreadful slapping.
After the slap heard around the world.
Yeah. The book called "I'll Take Your Questions Now: What I Saw in the Trump White House" will be published October 5th.
That's a long ass title.
What?
It's a long ass title.
Yeah. A former West Wing colleague of Grisham tells Axios, is it Axios? Who gives a shit? When I heard this, all I could think about was Stephanie surrounded by a lake of gasoline, striking a match with a grin on her face. A source close to the publication said that Grisham knows where all the bodies are buried because she buried a lot of them herself. I thought she was Melania's person, though.
I don't even know. I don't even know what story you're talking about right now, to tell you the truth.
Grisham is the only... Oh, yeah, she is. Yeah, okay. Grisham is the only person to have served as a top aide to both President Trump, White House press secretary, and communications director, and First Lady Melania Trump's chief of staff. She knows the family well and will shed new light on their dynamics with her first-person account, sources said. Melania Trump guarded her privacy intensely and trusted almost nobody during their time in the White House. Grisham, as her chief of staff, was one of very few allowed in her inner sanctum. She saw another side of the Trumps, a source said, in the residence that most staffers never got to see. Until now, only a handful of people knew of the book's existence. Grisham has deliberately kept a low profile since she resigned on January 6th. What do you think? Because I feel like there's always a billion stories of the book that's going to come out and light the whole thing on fire and expose everything, and it never happens.
And it's not going to happen. It's just like a total boner killer.
Yeah.
This is like you meet up with a girl and she texts you all sorts of shit that she wants you to do to her. And then she comes to your place. You're watching Netflix and she falls asleep. And then when you try to wake her up with your penis in her mouth, she gets mad.
Yeah, that's, oops. I never understood why they got mad at that. You know how I could tell you're not Bill Cosby? You said tried to wake her up. Right. That's the difference right there.
Oh.
You know what always used to bother me? This happened to me a couple times. I don't know if this ever happened to you, though, because you've been married to your husband since you were 14. That's how the Amish do it.
Child bride.
When you used to like hit it off with somebody at a bar.
Yeah.
And you were the first to leave. And like on your way out, you like look over and they're already just talking to somebody else. Not like they can't, it's not like they can't. But I remember this girl one night was like, we kind of just, I don't even know how we started talking, but we started talking, hit it off. And she's like, why don't you take my number? And I was like, all right, cool. And exchanged numbers. And then I went to the bathroom. I think maybe we did another shot before we were leaving to go to either another place or whatever. And she was like talking to like 3 other dudes. Like,
oh God, it fucking bukkake happening as soon as you left.
Yeah, but it was like you could tell it was like initiated by
her.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not right.
I was kind of like, oh, I'm not gonna call you now.
Man, I sure do miss this.
What?
I sure do miss this.
What? Oh, the.
Yeah, miss this never happening. Okay.
That never happened to you. You were like locked up with the hubby by then,
right.
weren't you?
Hashtag child bride, right? So I mean, like, I never really had those type of experiences. Oh, where'd he go? I'm by myself.
I have to fix something. Go ahead, tell your story.
La 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 la. I feel like I should sing and dance right now, but no, I'm just saying I never had those type of experiences because I was always with my husband. So there you go. Boring.
What is it
I
like to be promised to somebody when you were born? When Janine was born, her father said she will
there this
belong to that baby over there when he grows up, and pointed to
the
your husband.
across the street, right?
Yes. Yeah. What was that like?
I mean, boring.
A lot of people don't know this, but Janine didn't even meet her husband until the wedding night.
That would be pretty funny.
All right, can we talk about the fact? Or so you think this Melania book? This is gonna. I think it's gonna be a dull, boring, nothing.
Yeah, boring.
They're pushing the book out the right way though, like with all this like fanfare and it's top secret and all this kind of jazz.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shh.
All
Okay,
right,
let's see.
we have a friend. Let's bring this up.
Oh
This
God.
this friend may or may not have made a guest appearance on the last episode. I don't know. Can't keep track of it all. But she talks about her ex-boyfriends way too much
Yeah.
in front of her current husband. Don't you think?
Can I answer it? Because if I answer it, she's gonna get mad. I mean,
I enjoy it. I like all the stories.
right.
But
I
I
don't
gotta
think he
think that
cares.
you don't think he cares?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. And if he is, he's probably too scared to say it.
I can't talk about
You can't talk about your ex-girlfriends in front of
not
your
from
wife,
my
right?
My wife would not play. That's what's always so amazing to me. Like he doesn't get mad. I would have to sleep outside if I just told a fun anecdote about an old, a prior fling.
Well, unfortunately, I missed what she said the other night about her ex-boyfriend. So,
Yeah, but
unfortunate.
and here's the worst part.
I've
too.
heard other things, but
It's become an ongoing, a running gag. There's
Yeah.
like a recurring joke now that's
Yeah.
being made. That's got to be brutal.
with the one thing that she said with the fries,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I don't think he cares.
I don't think he does.
Okay, well, we're definitely gonna have to ask him.
That's so strange to me. I don't know. It's not strange. It's just I don't know. Like again,
Because you couldn't do it.
I'm not allowed to. It's forbidden in this house. I'm not allowed to do it.
Now, would you feel awkward if she talked about her ex-boyfriends in front of you?
Yeah, I probably would. I
Like
probably
sexual
would.
stuff or just like everything?
Like probably a little of everything.
Yeah.
Probably a little of everything. Hold on, I gotta say goodnight to the kitty. Who it is? Who is it? Janine? Okay, go to bed. Go to bed, you. Janine? Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's why, honestly, like, I am kind of glad that we both didn't have ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends because I personally,
Yeah.
because I'm sick, I would have to know every single detail of everything that went on.
You are insanely jealous.
I am.
Yeah.
I it's not even it's not even jealousy though. It's like I just need to know. I need to know every single detail of things. I want to know. I want to know like how deep you got. No, I just want to know these things. So
Well, did you tell the story about him being at a strip club or something, or stripper in the room? Wasn't that a couple episodes ago?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
You probably browbeat that poor man until he told you everything.
Oh yeah.
That's tough.
I was like honestly,
Are you sure there wasn't any girlfriends before you?
I'm sure.
How many times did you check?
At least 10. No, there definitely wasn't. But oof.
And you guys,
I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of did have a boyfriend, but I wouldn't say it's a real boyfriend. I met up with this boy at a Malloy dance, and
it's a high school dance for all.
he asked me out, and we met up like 3 times, and my husband and our friends thought it was like this huge joke, and like to this day they'll make fun of him. I don't know why I can't remember why they made fun of him, but it was like a big joke.
Why? Because you had
I because he didn't want to go out with me. It was like, no, I don't want to go out with you. So I was like, all right, well, then I'm just going to go to Malloy Dance and find a boy. And I did. And, I happened to be hanging out. We happened to be hanging out with our friends. And then this boy came to my house and we hung out, like went to the movies once. And then 2 other times he came to my house. And I was like, yeah, I don't like him. So, but it was a big joke. Yeah.
But nothing ever happened.
Nope.
That's probably why he doesn't give a shit. That's what it is.
No, yeah, exactly. But that's like stupid stuff. Stuff.
What's insane, like out of our group of friends.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
I feel like a crazy amount of them, like the percentage of our friends that are married to their first loves, I guess you could say, is insanely high. I feel like no other group of friends deals with this number.
I agree. Because it's us.
Yeah.
It's the tall guy.
Yeah.
The person who was on the other day, they've been together that long too, or no?
No.
Wait, that's it, right?
Is that it? I thought your brother-in-law too, and I thought
no,
close to. Maybe there was like one or two.
No, they both. Well, she definitely had a boyfriend before. So
was there? Okay,
yeah.
I thought they were too. But I know somebody else too that I used to be friends with in high school and college. That was the first. They got married too. That's crazy.
Yep. My friends.
Yes.
You know them too. They've
One
been
of the
together.
Others.
Yep. Actually, both of the others.
Both of them.
Yep.
So 2, 3, you're 4, 5. I know 5 people that are married to their. That's a lot.
That's crazy for this day.
I would love to know if anybody else is. Yeah, exactly. If we were born in 46, it wouldn't be that strange.
Right.
It
wouldn't be strange to get some strange.
That's what I'm talking about.
I hate that term, by the way.
Me too. You know what word? I swear to God,
fucking disgusting.
You know what word I can't get down with? The P word for the lady parts.
Oh, come on.
I don't know what's happening to me, but people go,
"Come on, you pussy."
Did you get any? I don't mind if they go, "Oh, don't be a pussy." I kind of don't mind that, but if somebody's like, "Did you get any pussy?" It feels so
God,
weird.
So creepy.
Doesn't that feel creepy? I don't know what it is about that. When people say it like that, I go, "Ooh, it's a little like."
Get out of here.
It's weird. I never really liked that. I feel like a fucking Mormon. I don't know what's going on with me.
God, you virgin.
I know. I've turned into a real fucking prude. What was I going to say, though? I would love to hear from people in the comments about how many people they know that are on there that have married their first love. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Last couple of weeks of the summer, I run into this guy, really nice guy. He's like 80 years old.
Aw.
We were at the beach. We were sitting next to each other. He had his granddaughter there. It's the same age as my daughter. So they started playing. So we started bullshitting and talking. He was going on and on about his life, telling me all these wonderful things. He married his wife. I think she was 17, maybe. And he told me the story so matter-of-factly. But they were 17. I think they were married for like 60 some odd years or something. Like insane. It was beautiful. And he just lost her a couple of years ago.
Oh.
But he told me, he goes, yeah, I married my wife. He goes, she had gotten into trouble.
Oh.
And she had nobody to marry her. And he goes, he stepped up and he said, I'll marry you.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a guy.
So he married her, and they raised the first daughter. I don't think they knew who the husband was, or did whatever.
Get out of here.
I mean, the father. Yeah, and so the first one wasn't his, and then he had 5 more kids with her.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice guy.
That's a nice guy.
That's a nice guy. What's his number?
He was really old. You would have loved him.
Does he want to raise my 2 kids?
But people say things like, oh, we've lost our values now. But if you think about it, a lot of shit happened like that back in the day.
You know what's funny? I was just going to say, like to me, I would think that back then, a lot of people either didn't have sex till marriage or married their first boyfriend. Like, do you think that's true? Do you think that there was a lot of people who like slept around or just like had sex with more people than just one?
I think there was a lot of people that slept around.
You think so?
I do.
But it wasn't talked about.
It wasn't talked about. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do. I have a theory about this because pre big sexually transmitted disease era, I feel like people were just going at it like crazy.
You think so? My
parents included. Your parents for sure.
Frank's
parents. I mean,
there's no doubt.
It's orgy central, but we're not here to talk about that today. But yeah, I think that's true.
I don't know, because my mother gives me the impression that all her friends, her family either waited till marriage or had sex with, just married the first person that they slept with. I really do think that. I really do think that.
Your mom slept around back in the day, and I know that because she sleeps around now. So that's.
I hope she is like livid at that comment.
It's not. I'm just saying it's not a new skill of hers that you could tell. There's a lot of experience.
How'd you learn this, Phyllis?
Yeah. No, but I don't. Why you think? Did your mom date before your father? Did they have boyfriends before?
She had a boyfriend, but told me she didn't do anything with him. You're welcome, mom. You're welcome, mom, to giving you your whole sexual history now. She told me she did it.
It's true. This is kind of fucked up. Janine, tell me the sexual history of your mother.
And obviously, my father was married before, so and had another daughter, so he, definitely got it in.
I always forget that.
I know.
I always forget that.
I know. So, my father.
By the way, my father was married before. My wife's father was married before.
It's a common theme.
There's a trend there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a trend there. Guys got a second chance, it seems like, for the most part.
Back then, definitely.
Yeah. No, but I just think that, look, when we were growing up, you had to worry about getting pregnant and a disease.
The pregnancy was the first thing. The disease, I never really cared about that. But the pregnant
I always
thing,
panicked about
really?
the disease. Oh yeah.
No.
There was a couple of times.
Sorry, Mom.
There was a couple of times where I was like, I had to shake off the sign. I had to be like, I don't think I can go through with this. You don't seem that. Or sometimes if it was like, this seemed a little too easy. You know what? I actually have to go. I can't, Yeah, there was a couple.
My Nokia is going off.
Yeah, there was a couple of those. Where it's like, you're like 45 minutes into talking for the first time and they're like, you want to come back by me? And I was like, you know what? No, this is, if I haven't even put the time, I haven't even spent $20 yet to buy you drinks. Let's slow it down there.
Or maybe, you had to pretend to hit your head on something. Never mind.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, all those examples were with your mom, which is the weird part about it all. No, but I think that when you take
she's
away
gonna get pissed off.
She's going to be really upset. When you take away the disease part, you're opening it up. It's wide open then.
Also, yes.
You know what I mean? Like we had 2 things to worry about. They only had 1. I feel like that makes it.
Yes, but here's the thing too. Like, do you think, what do you think constituted as being like a slut back then? Like, or as they used to say, hooah.
Yeah, I think if you just like went parking with a guy and made out with a guy, I think they probably call it slut back then. Yeah.
You know what? Let's get my mom on the show.
You want to call her?
Let's go. Let's see what she thinks.
We can text me her number. I'll put her on right now.
I just think that I don't know. I don't know, for some reason I don't think people were as sexually adventurous as they were now.
Oh, I think
you think that they were. They just didn't talk about it.
I think you're being far too romantic about it. Yeah.
Probably.
Because you don't want to think about that. And here's the thing too. I don't know if your parents did this, but especially my mother all the time would talk about like her boyfriends. Like if she wanted to really like goad my father, she'd be like, you're like, oh, I could have wound up with this other guy or
Yeah.
whatever. Like she'll say that, and when you're a kid, you don't really think about it too much. Like it's weird the first time you hear your mom had a boyfriend before your dad, but you
Yeah.
don't really think about it too much. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I wish they didn't say any of these things to me because God knows what my mother was doing with these fucking people.
Oh, I could only imagine.
Yeah, because especially because my grandmother was pretty overbearing, and I'm just hoping she wasn't as rebellious
Oh,
as.
she definitely was like
Yeah,
skiing.
I'm worried because now they live in this fucking the upside down pineapple
Oh, I
capital of the
mean,
world.
the biggest sexual disease
Yeah.
per feet.
By the way, let me address the audience for a second because I never speak ill of the audience. But stop sending me fucking Florida swingers, videos. I don't need to see that shit. Like some guy was like, "Is this your mom and dad?" Like, and there's like a whole like website that's like
Yeah.
floridaswinger.com or
You're
whatever it
like, I
is.
hope I don't want to see my parents there one day.
Yeah,
You never know if they are.
I go, don't send me that. And all kidding aside, my parents aren't going to show up in that,
Maybe.
but they are friendly with a lot of people, and I don't want to see any of their fucking friends on that
You don't want to
shit.
see Bob and Mary from next door getting plowed out.
They know a Bob and Mary. They seem like the swinger type. I had a pineapple jewelry on her.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked up.
Slut.
CHRISTIE. I'm surprised that anybody ever slept with him. That's amazing. I mean, physically, I just don't even know how it occurs. But they're saying he is getting ready for that old comeback tour that
That's what she said.
he might go for a 2024 presidential bid and run up against Trump.
I don't think so. Well, if so, he's not going to make it anyway because people hate him too, right? So
I don't know why. You know what? I always kind of liked the guy. He was a little By the way,
I don't know why.
He was the fiery guy. Well, I'm always going to root for the fat guy, first of all. Second of all,
Why?
he was like the fiery New Jersey guy that would talk a lot of shit. He was the guy that was like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that before Trump.
That's true.
Started. Trump out-Trumped him.
Wow.
But he was kind of like the first Trump. He would just say a lot of crazy shit.
To tell you the truth, I didn't really pay that much attention to politics back then, so I don't really know why people hate him. So
because he clogged up the bridge and somebody died.
Something like that.
But he would go like
that little thing.
We had like a sports talk station here in New York. He would go on that all the time.
Oh, okay.
And just like talk sports and stuff. So I was like, oh, this is kind of like an average normal guy. But then Trump fucking lit him up during the primaries, and that was it. That was the end of him. Nobody gave a shit. Nope. You got a time limit. How many more minutes do you have?
I have a good 20 minutes.
Okay. All right. We're gonna roll through all these things here.
That's what she said.
Bill and Melinda Gates. Well, this is from my conspiracy theory people. They just threw $70 million at a company that is developing a novel antiviral pill that could be used to treat COVID-19 and stop future pandemics from spreading.
I take it.
Awfully convenient, though, isn't it?
Yeah, really. Very, very convenient.
Timing's a little odd, isn't it?
Just a bit.
You know how I know this is going to work? Because the name of the company is Exentia. That sounds like a fucking pill.
That sounds like it's just going to work.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know who's naming pills, but it's the exact opposite person that's naming Chinese takeout restaurants. Because there's such little effort put into the Chinese takeout places, and they're just inventing new words for these pill companies.
True food.
Yeah.
Chinese kitchen. A Chinese kitchen.
And the sad thing is I value the Chinese food takeout more. I feel like
I
it's
know
more
you
important
like
for
it.
Society.
Well,
God, I love some good Chinese food. Speaking of stepping out, Pence, by the way, wrote a whole thing about how shitty Biden was over the mandate. I'm not 100% convinced that Pence is going to go back with Trump when he runs again. I think Pence might run independent of him.
Oh, you think?
Which is really exciting for me because I would love nothing more than just a fucking knockdown, drag out set of Republican debates. I think that would be fucking awesome. And by the way, it's not 2016. Like, nobody saw Trump coming. He had that air of surprise to him that entire run. Now he's not only not a surprise, but he has a record to argue against as well.
Right.
Like before, he was just the outsider guy. There was no record there. Now he has a political record, and so it would be a different fight. But Trump can debate.
Yeah, he's good, right?
He's fantastic. That's why he won.
No, he just sucks. He just likes to talk over people. That's it. He's a dick.
We should superimpose a Metallica shirt on you.
Yeah, right.
When you do your Frank impression again. Let me hear it.
Wait, right now?
Yeah.
Trump sucks. He just talks over people. He's a dick.
Yeah, you're in my Trump. Frank's the impressionist guy on the show. You and me are at the same level.
Well, you put me in the spot there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'll do it again.
Now or randomly? You're
just
randomly?
randomly.
All right, I won't put you on the spot again. Yeah, but so Pence slammed Biden. He said, obviously Biden came out with the vaccine mandates. And Pence's response is to have the president of the United States say that he's been patient, but his patience is wearing thin. That's how the American people expect to be spoken to. That's not how the American people expect to be spoken to by our elected leaders. The president should simply continue as we have done to lead by example, encourage people to take the vaccine, as Karen and I did on national television back in December. On Thursday, Biden announced that all private employers with 100 or more employees must require the COVID-19 vaccination or daily testing for workers.
Daily testing?
Daily testing.
I thought it was weekly testing.
I thought it was weekly too.
It's weekly.
You know what I can't understand? This is this is from The Hill. It says daily testing. You know what I can't understand? He put it on all my wife and I were talking about this just before the start of the show.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Go ahead.
That he put it on companies, but he didn't do it to the White House.
Oh, I don't know about the White House. No, I was going to say it's on all federal employees, but not the post office.
Oh.
Why not postal workers?
Oh, I thought it was on the that doesn't make sense. And it's not on the White House.
So White House staff doesn't have to be vaccinated?
Nope.
Why is that?
Yeah, that makes no sense. To me, I think it's all... you know my thoughts on this. So I won't get into it.
I do know your thoughts on this.
I don't think that there should be a mandate for a vaccine.
Wait, I'm shocked. Hold on. Let me pick my jaw up off the ground.
Yes, there should be. No, I don't think so. Yes. You don't know. You're a dumb blonde.
By the
Okay, Frank. And you're a liberal pussy.
By the way, I was actually there's another person in our group who's not vaccinated. And the two of you had like an hour and a half conversation at Mike's party over this fucking thing. It was like I like looked over and I was like, I don't want to be involved in this conversation. And then 45 minutes later, you guys were still going when I checked back in again.
I personally didn't even want to talk about it. I don't know who brought it up, but I was tell you the truth, I was getting when you like drink and you're like, sometimes you get annoyed more easily at things. Mm-hmm. I was getting a smidgen annoyed.
You getting heated?
Smidgen, yeah. Yeah, I was.
By the way, have you made a decision on the Trump hat versus... Are we still thinking about it? Is it still being thought about?
I mean, it's going to come down to me definitely having to get it versus just getting it on my own. So I kind of just want to sweep that in. So he just gets it no matter. He's going to do it no matter what.
Do me a favor. If you come down to the point where I'm going to let you still think about it. Because if you come down to I got to get it, let's at least get Frank in the Trump hat.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't just screw me and be like, I had to get it. Never say that. Don't say that.
No, I know that.
I've decided to get it.
I mean, I don't know when that's going to be meaning when I'm going to have to get it.
You're not.
You know what I mean?
You're not going to love the next thing. The next part of this story.
What?
So they were talking about, because I know a friend of mine, her daughter's a nurse. That this was the one part I contributed to in that conversation.
Oh,
She works for a hospital, which happens to be associated with the state of New York, and they told her, "Hey, this is the day. You're not vaccinated by this time. Don't bother coming into work tomorrow." Now they're doing like a lawsuit. And what's amazing about this is for nurses, you're kind of risking. There's a couple of jobs where you can't really fuck around. You know what I mean? Like
right.
if the accountants don't come in, nobody gives a shit. But if the nurses or the air traffic controllers don't come in, we've got a problem. It's not good for anybody. So I'm amazed though that they're pushing the nurses that don't want to be vaccinated so hard,
Yeah.
considering that you might not have any nurses in the hospital to do all the important things that nurses have to do.
Right. And like obviously I think you do think that you should have a choice too though. Am I wrong? You do think that.
I was on the side of definitely choice. I kind of changed my mind. You know me. I was like, who gives a fuck? Whatever. I don't care. Die if you don't want to get the vaccine. I don't give a shit. I still kind of feel that way, but I tell you what, I've been seeing a lot of stories where people are getting booted from their cancer treatments, or people have these emergencies and there's no room in the hospitals because all these beds are being taken up by um, people with COVID who are unvaccinated. I have a little bit of a hard time with that. And I also have a little bit of a hard time with the variants being a little bit out of control. I can't help but think that that would be better if just more people were vaccinated and this thing was kind of going away a little bit faster.
What about if they told you you had to get a booster every 5 months?
I raised two children. I don't get, like, nothing you can say is going to hurt me. It doesn't matter. What do you mean? I got to get another shot? Like, big fucking deal. I haven't had happiness for more than an hour in the last 6 years. You're not scaring me.
Oh God. Well, okay. The nurse thing is
The nursing is a little bit of a risk.
it's a risk, and I could see it from obviously I could because I think it's a choice, a personal choice, no matter what. Um, the nurse thing, if they are not scared of having COVID or even getting it because they were on the front line of it this whole time.
Well, it's not so much. Yeah, well, I don't know what all their reasons are. I know what my friend's daughter's particular reason is.
I know what my friend's reason is too, and that is one of her reasons was like I worked through it the whole entire time. We were in mask the whole time.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of the nurses and staff who got it were the ones exposed in the beginning when they didn't know people had it.
Right.
And that's when they mostly got it.
Right.
But obviously, since then, they wore masks and they all had to, wear those
Well,
gowns that honestly, like, that didn't even matter after a certain amount of time because that didn't matter if that got on them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So she said too, like, why do I want to get a shot that has, a recovery rate of 99, whatever, 97. So she's like, and she's not an anti-vax person at all. But she said, like, I saw it. She's an ER nurse. She's not like, so she saw everything. And she's just like, it's not fair because now they're risking patients' lives. Like you said, if there's a shortage of all these people who don't want to get it. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
A couple things on that. One, like a friend, our mutual friend, who also is in a job where it's kind of important that he show up. He was showing up in the early days, like you said, when and
yeah,
being exposed to it pretty much, and it's unfair. Like there's no way. It's funny because I hear him complain, and it's unfair. Like he's right. Like it's unfair to him. I mean, it is what it
right.
is. At a certain point, it's like it sucks. You're right. You're getting the short end of the stick. Sometimes people get the short end of the stick, though. That's kind of what happens. But it's unfair. It's unfair to him for sure. But then the other thing, I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, Owner
Shit.
assassin.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't know. So I worry about the thing mutating, and I worry about people. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Yeah, the people who are not anti-vaxxers, because I feel like another friend of ours who just got the first shot was one of these people that wasn't for it or against. I feel like and I've said this before. I feel like there's a ton of people that are just like, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's true. There's a lot of people who just don't care either way.
And I think those people, now that
Kind
all
of
this,
me too.
okay, all right, so we'll put you in that boat. But I think all those people are now the ones that are getting it because they didn't feel either way about it. But now that it's becoming a thing, they're like, I might as well just get it now then.
Or they feel like they have to get it. Like they
Or they feel
feel
like they have to
like
get it.
100% pressured to get it. And I do feel that way. I do feel that
Yeah.
way.
I know. And
'Cause-
listen, I understand how you feel. Every day I
Oh,
have to pay for two unappreciative pieces of shit that leave all my lights on.
oh, I do that.
They're peeing on my toilet seats now.
I do that too.
They drink my water. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
just put water in a bowl for them.
They put dinosaurs in my in my little
In your ass cheeks?
briefcase
Oh,
there too. I'm stepping on Legos left and right, so I understand the pressures, and I have to support legally. I can't just leave them on the side of the road, which is where they deserve to be left. So I understand the pressure thing for sure. For sure, I do.
it's, yeah. Well, I know that. I was going to do a Frank impression, but now I just lost it too. Fuck.
But here's the thing with this, but really quickly, don't forget to grab your 15% off
Ooh.
Jumpstart Coffee Company with the promo
Coffee.
code AOA15. See, now if I did that, we wouldn't have moved more coffee. You, maybe. You can get away with that. I can't.
Do it. Let's see.
But let's see. Well, the one gay guy that loved me, we lost him. I don't know what happened to him. He
I know.
disappeared. That was the one guy that would brighten up my day with a Ant looks
Anthony.
good today
Yeah,
comment.
exactly.
Everybody else didn't really mean it, but I think he meant it. 15% off, promo code AOA15. Use the link in the description or hit the banner on the homepage of anthonyonair.com. Love the coffee, my absolute favorite. They'll deliver it right to your door, and 50% of their profits go to the Navy SEAL Foundation, which is just extraordinary. They found a precedent for vaccine mandates.
And what's that?
Jacobson versus Massachusetts. Do you know when this was? 1905.
Ooh.
My wife and I were talking, and a friend of mine and I were talking today, and I said the bold thing to them. Everybody's panicking and being like, oh, things are worse now than they ever have been before. We did this exact same thing 100 fucking years ago.
Okay.
Same exact fucking shit. But this is prior to the big pandemic of 1919. This was 1905. Jacobson versus Massachusetts. In this, the Supreme Court considered a challenge to a state law requiring that everyone be vaccinated against smallpox. Henning Jacobson refused vaccination and was convicted. The court upheld the state law and Jacobson's conviction. Justice John Marshall wrote, for the 7-2 majority, the Constitution does not import an absolute right in each person to be at all times and in all circumstances wholly freed from restraint, meaning every individual is not totally 100% free. Instead, a community has the right to protect itself against an epidemic. Its members may at time, under the pressure of great dangers, be subject to such restraint to be enforced by reasonable regulations as the safety of the general public may demand. So basically what this is saying is the freedoms of one person does not supersede the freedom of a community to be safe against great dangers.
Damn.
That is precedent.
That's
So for everybody, and me, and by the way, me included, because I was like, they're gonna, and my friend's daughter is part of a class action suit. The nurses, they got a class action suit because it's a state funded hospital. It's not a private hospital.
Oh yeah. Must be the same hospital my friend works at.
It might be. It might be. I was like, there's going to be lawsuits like crazy. I don't know how they're going to do this.
This,
Turns out that's how they're going to do it. There's fucking precedent.
but I do want to say that I did see a video from Biden earlier saying that he would never mandate the vaccine. And I guess it was one of the,
Oh yeah,
you know, things where they yell at each other. What's that
yeah.
called?
Debate.
And he was like, I would never do that.
Yeah, my wife said that to me yesterday. She's like, he said he wasn't going to do this on the thing.
You are. Well, I think a lot of companies too are going to keep their employees under 199 people just so that they don't have to do this.
But what's crazy is I feel like the companies in the private sector have been pushing for all of this.
You think so?
I think so because especially like you look at the financial companies. Remember when they were all like, everything is open, everybody get their ass back into work by September. And then what happened? The Delta variant happened, and then they all had to renege on that. But I think it's fucking driving them crazy to not. They're paying for all the. You know how these fucking financial people
Because they
are.
don't want a lawsuit.
It's all money and shit. They don't want a lawsuit.
They don't
But
care
I
about
think
anyone. I mean, obviously.
But I think they're pushing for the government to do this shit so they can be like, well, it's the government. But I think it's really the
So they
big,
don't look like the bad guy?
I think it's the big financial companies that are like, we're paying for all this fucking office space in downtown Manhattan. You better fucking fill it up with people.
Well, then there's
That's,
also a lot of people who closed their offices and just said, you know what, we're just going to work from home.
yeah.
Maybe we'll get office space again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Absolutely. You got an update on your cousin as we go there, J-Sabs. This was the cousin who flew off to Serbia. Where was
Turkey.
it? Turkey. Okay. Flew off to Turkey to meet a young lady.
He has been speaking to online for the last 7 months.
7 months speaking to the young lady.
Every day.
Leaves for Turkey during a global pandemic, still technically.
And not even that after what happened in Afghanistan, like literally the day after.
Right. Or the day after Afghanistan's collapse. That's true. Was going to spend a week at a resort with her and then a week with her family.
Yes.
And you have an update.
So he sent me a whole bunch of pictures. He has not joined the Taliban, which I'm very surprised at.
Well, that's a relief.
He is infatuated.
Really?
And like, I think you said this, it's like kind of like a make or break deal. You're meeting this girl for the first time in person, and you have to spend like pretty much every waking minute with her for the next 2 weeks. First, just you and her for a week at a resort, and then the next week with her parents and her family who hardly speak English. He loves it. He loved it so much that they got matching tattoos.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's over.
You think so?
Matching tattoos?
Yeah. And I was like, are you fucking for real?
That's pretty much more permanent of an engagement than an engagement ring.
And they are planning their second meeting. The problem is when you're coming from Turkey to certain countries, you have to get a visa, which is hard to get. You can't just fly here. You actually have to you have to apply for a visa. So they're thinking of meeting in the Bahamas in December.
I would rather meet in the Bahamas than here.
I agree. And I'm probably
How
going
is
to go
that
with
an
them.
inconvenience?
Right, that's what I said.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying? We lost J-Sabs during the cousin update. I don't know if we're going to get her back. Sometimes she pops right back on. We'll see. That's very thrilling, though. See, now here's what I'm wondering about. This is going to drive me crazy with the matching tattoos. It's one thing. Oh, okay. Hold on. She's coming back in.
Of course.
Okay, here we go.
Of course.
Go ahead. You said something right off. Just before. What were you saying just before?
Oh, I was going to say that I promised him that I would go with him. I wouldn't mind that at all.
You should They do need a chaperone. You need to be there.
Come on.
All expenses paid, I believe.
Yes. So I said and I said that I came out and said, did you get engaged? And he said, no, but I think this one is the one. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, well, we got matching tattoos. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
Bro.
I was just saying, what was the matching tattoos? Because if it was like
So
just an ocean, that's one thing. But if they got like initials or hearts or
no,
something,
no
that's
initials, but they both got on their hands a sun and a moon here. Like a big sun and a moon.
on the top of the
Yeah.
palm. What is this?
Yeah.
The back of your hand?
I don't know.
Why is this the
What do you
back and
call
this
that?
is the front? Doesn't make
This should
sense.
be the back. Right? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
So the sun and the moon on the back of their hand. Same one, both of them.
yep. Yep.
Hmm.
I mean, I personally want to contact 90 Day Fiance and just tell them so he could get on the show.
Make a little
And I
coin
could
off
be
it.
like the crazy cousin in the background, you know, like, oh, I'm
Is
gonna get
there
on
always a crazy
TV.
cousin?
There's always a crazy family member, so
Okay.
I I, I just can't believe it. I
You
can
see,
and that I just can't. I can't believe he did this.
are you disappointed or shocked? What's that?
Oh, I'm
What?
not disappointed. I mean, it's just a crazy thought to me. I guess honestly, just because I've been with that bastard for so long, like going right now and just trying to meet some guy online on the other side of the world it's a crazy thought. But you know what? I mean,
You,
like you said, you wouldn't even travel to Staten Island to meet
no,
someone.
no, I would not.
No,
I would not.
no.
And there were
Even
certain
Queens is a hard maybe.
when I was in Queens,
Yeah, I
I
know.
I'll never forget this. A couple of times, for those who don't know, Queens, one of the five boroughs in New York. Brooklyn is the borough right next to Queens. If I met, and I remember I met a girl one time, and I'm like, "Where are you from?" She goes, "Brooklyn." I was like, "What part?" And it was the part that was too fucking far away.
You're like, no thanks.
Because if it was Brooklyn on the Queens side, that's one thing. But Brooklyn on
Yes.
the Brooklyn's like a huge
No.
borough. It could take an
Hmm.
hour and a half to get to them. Fuck
Yes.
that.
Yeah, I agree. I have to say I agree with you. So.
Yeah. And this guy went across the fucking planet. Jesus.
Hmm.
But you know what
You know what
though?
I wonder? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine the time. We know it was kind of 7 months, but there's still. I want to know how much time a day. What was the texting like? What was the calling like? The money. I don't know. Can't imagine how much he spent to fly there, stay there for a week, fly
I know.
back.
I wonder how fast they had sex for the first time.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of sick, but I was like, was it? Do you think it would be like the first night? Is it the second? Like,
That's an
I don't
interesting
know.
question because it's kind of like built up because you put so much time in,
Right.
but technically still kind of like first date.
Right.
I
Uh,
wonder.
I don't know. I'm gonna
We have
ask
to
him. I'm
ask.
gonna text him. I'm gonna text him.
Yeah.
I'll ask him. I'll be
Ask
that. I'll be that person.
ask him how soon was the sex. That's a good question to have. Yeah, but this guy's
Oh.
over. He's done with. But now, if he marries her, can't she then come in? Does she still need a
Yes.
visa?
No,
Still
she could
needs the
come in
visa.
then. No,
Oh,
I
she
think
can
she
come
could
in
still
then.
just come in. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is he bothered at all that this is all just to get a visa to get into the United States?
And that's why I kind of said the whole "Am I going to see you on 90 Day Fiance" thing. Like
Yeah.
he's like no, he really likes her.
I don't doubt that, and I'm sure she has wonderful intentions. I don't mean to question her, but
But
not really knowing either of them, it's not out of the realm of possibility that she's
no,
just
it's not.
doing this all for a visa.
Not at all. Not at all. Right. So
Because here's
I
the other
mean,
thing too. Not to say that her intentions are bad. Maybe she does like him. But worst case scenario, she gets into the United. Like if it doesn't work out, she still gets into the United States.
yep. Yep.
That's tough.
Mhm.
That's why I
Well,
won't date now because I feel like people are just trying to get at my podcast empire. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, obviously.
Can you imagine fucking dating right now?
Oh God, no. No.
I don't know. I mean, I think you're in a horrible marriage. Not because of your husband, because of you. Um, but I'm in a good marriage. I'm very happy. I could be so much more
Convincing.
unhappy and I would
I
still
know.
stay.
You would.
I wouldn't leave and
Because you
date.
wouldn't want to date. Yeah, I know.
Fuck that.
I know.
Plus, I have
Because you know what?
two incredibly shitty children. I don't know if I mentioned that this episode, but I wouldn't want to burden another person. Like my wife, it's her fault. She's half
She
responsible
chose that.
to bring
She
it
chose to
forward.
let you
Exactly. To bring another innocent woman
deposit.
into this. Yeah. That's terrible.
She said deposit into me. So.
She wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
Encouraged it.
Mm-hmm. Begged for it, basically.
I said to her, this is weird. She's like, why? I go, because somebody should be settling for me. You seem to be really trying very hard. It's not right.
Anyway.
I don't know. Oh, seriously though, could you imagine fucking dating?
No.
It would be horrible.
I'll tell you what. My old boss got divorced a couple of years ago and wanted to obviously date right away.
How many times? Was it the first divorce or?
First divorce.
Okay.
And he hadn't dated in what? I don't even know how long. Years. I mean, obviously, since he was married. Like, it was at least 13, 15 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, what do I do? Do I just sign up on Match.com? Like, what do I do? And I'm like, you could do whatever you want. This guy signed up on every motherfucking dating site you could think of. That he had me organize the girls in his context. Okay? Because he was losing track of who was who.
Are you fucking for real?
I'm not kidding you. Okay?
That's how much interest he was getting.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That gives me hope. I mean, I know it would never happen, but
And the stories.
He's a good-looking guy?
He's not bad. I hope he doesn't see it.
But he's not like an Adonis. He's not.
No. But, I mean, like, the things that these girls would...
See, because
I can't... And you know what? I wouldn't believe it. And I wouldn't have believed it if he didn't show me everything.
Wow. That proof is everything. When they show you the text or something like that, yeah.
But here's the thing. So, if I went on a dating website and I started talking to some guy, how many other girls is he talking to like this? Like, at one point, it was like between 15 and 20 girls. He couldn't keep track. And that's why he had me.
You went on a dating site?
No, I'm saying if I went on one.
Oh, I see. You would be thinking he's talking to a ton of other girls.
Yeah, because at one point it was like between 15 and 20 girls.
Wow.
So it's like, it's tough.
What did he put in his profile? Because honestly, I think about what I would put in my dating profile, like interests, fast food, favorite things to do, take a nap. Like, who's gonna go for that kind of shit?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I don't know.
Okay. Long walks on the beach.
Go for a long walk on the beach. What's that? Last time we went to
if there was a cheeseburger at the end of it, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe there was cheese fries. Last time we went to the beach, we didn't even I was like, should we sit by the water? And my wife was like, yeah, maybe. And I was like, should we sit right here so we don't have to go far to get to the snack thing? She's like, that's a better idea. And I was like, okay,
yeah, see, exactly.
Let's sit right all over here.
Oh, God.
We don't even walk towards the fucking thing anymore. It's too much.
Oh, God, I love the water.
Yeah. Are you a summertime or fall person? Because there are people who just fucking...
summertime. I hate fall.
Oh, I love the fall. You don't love the fall? You hate the fall?
I hate the fall. I hate the fall. You know why?
The pumpkin picking and the apple picking and the...
I'll do it because, obviously I'm going to organize it. So you're going to be invited to that. So I can't wait till you get that text in your face.
I'm going to be like this. Pumpkin picking on a boat? Are you fucking kidding me?
Um, they actually do have something like
Shut
that.
up.
Swear to God, I saw it
Stop
today.
it.
You telling me you don't like the wineries?
Oh, I love the wineries.
I mean, I do too. You saw that a couple of years ago.
Have we told that story yet? We should. That's a story we
I don't
should
even
tell.
know.
Because there's photographs. There's visual evidence to
And
go
proof.
along with that. We'll have to
That's
gather that together one day.
yeah, that's exactly. No, I'm a summertime girl. I do not like the fall because I do not like um clothing. I mean, I don't like closed toe shoes. I wear my flip-flops until December, January.
Hmm.
I like the pool, I like the beach, I like going swimming at the ocean, in the ocean. So I mean, like, I'm just a summer girl. That's it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. One thing you said in there really spoke to me, and that was the open-toed shoes. I love a Croc. I love the just
Oh God.
no socks, and you don't like Crocs.
Oh, I don't like Crocs. I also don't like socks, but I love Crocs.
On that
Sorry,
note,
that was so easy.
I can't believe I'm saying it now. On that note, that is gonna wrap it up for us. Don't forget. ShopAnthonyOnAir.com has our store. You can grab all swag and merch. The J-Sabs inspired. That's what she said line. We've got the 1994 line, the vaccinated line, show me potato salad, the microphone stuff, legalized comedy. Oh wait, we have the I don't even know where all the shit is in here. There's too much shit in here.
Can you make an unvaccinated shirt just for me? Thanks.
I know we never made the unvaccinated one. We have the Not Now shirt, which was inspired by J-Sabs, which Uncle Jamie happens to love. That's the one that he wears all the time.
No,
Shout
he
out
does
Uncle
not. Does he
Jamie.
really?
He loves the shirt. Yeah, yeah. He secretly loves you. I think you're his favorite, which pisses me off. But I'm just
You know
happy to
what?
have a
We kind
family
of
member
talked.
support.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
I don't have any family member support
He
except
likes me
for
better than you.
Uncle Jamie. Yeah, so I have to deal with that part of it, but I'll take it.
Right.
Speaking of wineries, we got the wine glass shirts that are available in the women's cut, in the V-necks, all kinds. I think there's even sweatshirts as well too. So check out all of the incredible. There's the silhouette one. That's Frank's favorite. Actually designed by Frank is the silhouette shirt. R.I.P. Frank.
Ooh.
I hope he's okay. I feel like he's probably dead.
I mean,
He never
he's
misses it.
forcing the vax down people's throats. So,
I think he died because of the vaccine, but I don't know. I'll have to check Veers.
Right.
I'll have to look into it.
You know that he would try to cover it up if he
Yeah.
died from the vaccine.
Yeah. I think he left a note. It wasn't the vaccine, I swear.
Like, wrote it on his Twitter.
So grab a shirt. Also, it goes to help support the show. And of course, if you hate shirts but love coffee, Jumpstart Coffee Company, our new proud title sponsor. Love those guys. Chris is super good. Just sent J-Sab some coffee. So next week, I'm sure we'll have a verdict from you.
Oh, yeah.
I want an honest taste testing. If you think it sucks, you tell everybody. We don't,
All right. I will.
But I love it. It's my absolute favorite. I really do enjoy their coffee. 15% off with the promo code AOA15. Use the link in the description below or the banner at anthonyonair.com. Both will help us get some credit. And of course, 50% of their profits go to the Navy SEAL Foundation, and you're getting some incredible coffee. So everybody wins. Anything else there, J-Sabs?
Winning.
You good? I'm good. Never forget, it's our 9/11 Eve show. So
we'll talk more about that Monday, though.
Talk more about it Monday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Thanks so much for watching and or listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.